Paper Trail moves in. Flag goes up. And away they go from that 1600 meter mark. Future Turn, Paper Trail, Intimidator, those three responded the best and will battle out in front to go and set up into the firing line. Further back and running to Bardolino, then comes Jam Jam. Rosh Kadesh currently racing about 5 lengths off the early pace. It's a strong gallop out in front. Professor Snape, one from last, and rule of thumb is last of all. Out in front is Paper Trail, who's drawn to go and dictate the terms as they approach the turn with just under 1,200 meters to race. Jam Jam in second, then comes Intimidator in third. Only racing 2 or 3 lengths off the early pace. Then comes Future Turn, who's settled into the one-out position. Bardolino's on his inside in fifth. Then comes Rosh Kadesh racing with Professor Snape, and rule of thumb is last of all, about 8 lengths separating first to last. Is about midway through that turn with just on 800 meters left to go. They've slowed on the pace out in front. Paper Trail, though, is still the horse to catch. On the outside is Jam Jam in second. Then comes Intimidator back on the inside rail in third. Future Turn is in the one-out position, racing 3 lengths off the early leader. Bardolino nets best. Then comes Rosh Kadesh, has about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. Professor Snape goes towards the inside for a run. Rule of thumb, last of all, about 5 lengths off the pace as they're into the final 450 meters. Jam Jam, Paper Trail, Intimidator, these three have gone out to do battle. Towards the outside, we've got Future Turn, who's starting to run him smartly. Rosh Kadesh is deepest out on the track with the sheepskin noseband. Bardolino and Professor Snape looking for a way through along the inside running rail as they're into the final furlong now. It's Intimidator with Professor Snape. Future Turn is starting to run him smartly on the outside with Bardolino. It's Intimidator and Professor Snape. Bardolino, Future Turn, it's still Intimidator out in front, and Intimidator just gets ahead of Professor Snape. Bardolino into third, then came Future Turn in fourth, followed by Paper Trail, Rosh Kadesh, and Jam Jam. Towards the inside, one from the right-hand side, we've got Intimidator. Grant van Niekerk does battle here against Corne Orfel and Professor Snape. You can see a little bit of argy-bargy into the final furlong they go. Grant just gathering the reins, starting to direct him towards the outside, but is going to come home to win here, number 7, Intimidator, and just gets ahead of number 1, Professor Snape. The winner for race number 7, Intimidator.
Race 7 has been won by number 7, Intimidator, the son of the United States. Well done to Grant van Niekerk. But before we chat to him, well done to Andile Ntlebe. He's the recipient of the Hollywood Bets 1,000 Rand. So thank you very much to them, as well as Cape Racing. Next on to Grant van Niekerk. Grant, you look like you're positioned in quite a good spot.
Yeah, Vicky, the race planned out pretty simple for me. I had a bit of a wide draw, but he does have the tendency to come out a little bit sluggish, and he was quick. He flew out the paint today and found myself right there, got there quite easily, and got a nice position, and it was always easy from there onwards. He's quite a nice horse, a lot of scope about him. He's still very immature, which makes it quite something for the owners to look quite forward to.
Grant, with regards to Corne, he was coming up your inside. Did it encourage your horse?
Yeah, definitely. My horse sort of hits a flat spot halfway through, then he picks it up again, just like his last win when he won the maiden. He won it very well. Looked like he was beaten, then he gave another kick. So he did that again today. Like I said, he's still a maturing horse, and a horse that will do well in the future, especially over ground.
Well done for the win, Grant.
Thank you, and to Justin Snape. He's been saving me for the last 15 years or so. Just very nice to have another winner for them. Thanks so much. And to my sponsors, of course, Drakenstein.
There you go. Well done to Grant van Niekerk. Next up, Justin Snaith will be chatting to us. And Justin, I think it was the lead up to the Lawnmower King's Plate. You always said, don't ever leave Grant van Niekerk out when he's sitting on one of my horses.
Yeah, look, he always runs back to me every now and again when he needs help. So it's been a few years now that he comes back. But yeah, look, I had my money on my little double. I was so looking forward to Future Turn. So, but I must be honest, this was always going to be the danger. His form is very, very consistent, but we had to choose one of them. And but Grant, I thought, were a fantastic race. Sitting on the paint in second, waiting to pounce and then pounce at the right time. He rode a fantastic race, and really well done to him. He's had a little bit of a break, and I'm sure he'll be the guy to follow come this weekend. But and he's got a few rides for us. So, but we're going in big this weekend. I must be honest. I've put a lot of work into it. We want to try and make a little bit of a statement, and I think we've got some very, very good runners come this weekend. So to the punters, keep an eye on the Snaith stables. We're in good form, and we're hoping for a big weekend. To David and his whole family, and to all his partners, really well done. He's been a game little horse to own. Sometimes frustrating because he keeps running second or third, but he's such a easy horse at home. And to Chevelle Stud, well done on breeding him.
Well, then, Justin, we'll keep an eye on your runners for the weekend too.
Great, thank you very much.
There you go. David Musikan's going to come across and chat to me. I must say, you are often the representative for the ownership when you're involved with a whole bunch of guys.
I know that obviously the other guys don't have enough faith like I've got. I mean, I've got all the faith in the world. So, yeah, no, just very happy. I mean, this horse is really he's unbelievable. He doesn't miss the places. He had 2 wins in a row, and, yeah, what a nice horse to own. And he just seems to have so much guts, this horse. Every time he looks like he's beaten, he just comes again. So, yeah, what a lovely horse to own. And well done to my brother and all the other boys who are watching at home or wherever they are. And, yeah, very, very happy. Yeah.
Well done for the win in the celebration.
Thanks so much, Vicky. Yes.
Well done to David Musikanth and the balance of the connections. They're all probably going to be pleased as punch with the win. And well done to Chevelle Stud for breeding the son of the United States. They really are on a roll, the progeny of the United States, so keep an eye on them. But your winner is number 7, the Intimidator. Well done to all concerned.